Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to peel back the layers of São Paulo, a city that's so much more than just concrete and steel. We're talking about a place built from 1,000 different cultures, stories, and incredible journeys. So that really begs the question, right? What actually gives a massive city, a concrete jungle like this one, its soul? Is it the skyscrapers? The busy avenues? Well, I think the answer is way more interesting than that. It's found in the people, the millions who came from all over the world to build something new. All right, let's dive right into the heart of it. We're about to see how immigration wasn't just a part of São Paulo's story, it pretty much is the story. It's the literal foundation of the city's entire identity. And our story really kicks off right here, at the Hospitaria de Imigrantes. Think of this place as the real-life Ellis Island of Brazil. For almost 100 years, this was the first stop, the official gateway for millions of people looking for a totally new start. And just look at this number, 2.5 million. Let that sink in for a second. That's how many people walked through the doors of this one building. Every single person carrying their own culture, their own food, their own dreams, all ready to pour into this city. It's staggering. This timeline really puts it all into perspective. I mean, sure, the story starts with the Portuguese, but then boom, in the 1800s, you get these huge waves of Europeans looking for work. When the hostel opened in 1887, it was like opening the floodgates. And by the early 20th century, you had people arriving from literally everywhere, huge communities from as far away as Japan and Lebanon. Okay, so with millions of people arriving, you've got to wonder, where did they all go? Well, let's take a look at one of the most famous examples. Our first stop is Big Jega, São Paulo's very own Little Italy. You can almost smell the garlic and tomato sauce just thinking about it. You see, when the Italian immigrants came, many to work in Brazil's booming coffee fields, they didn't leave Italy behind. They brought it with them. They clustered together in neighborhoods like Bexiga, and before you know it, the streets were just buzzing with Italian sounds, smells, and this incredible energy. It totally changed the vibe of the city. And that influence isn't just history, it's everywhere today. I mean, can you even imagine São Paulo without its amazing pizza and pasta? It's also in the giant street festivals. You can hear it in the way people talk, that distinct local accent. And it's in the social clubs that are still the center of community life. All right, so from the passion of Italy, we're going to switch gears. Our journey now takes us to the, well, let's say more structured and hearty influence of German settlers. They brought a completely different but just as powerful flavor to the city. German immigrants, especially a big wave that came after World War I, had a different approach. They were incredibly organized. They set up these planned colonies, mostly in the southern parts of the city, like Santo Amaro, and just methodically built their new communities from the ground up. And their legacy? Oh, it's all over the place. You can see it in the unique architecture, you can definitely taste it in the fantastic bakeries and breweries, and you can feel it during festivals like Oktoberfest. They even founded major cultural centers that are still a huge deal today. Now for something totally different. This next influence isn't about huge waves of people. Instead, it's about the absolutely massive cultural impact a much smaller community can have. Let's talk about the surprising legacy of the English. So you have to ask yourself, how on earth did Brazil become the global superpower of football? Well, believe it or not, it all started when some English workers brought over a simple little pastime. But in Brazil, it took on a life of its own. It became more than a game. It became a passion, an art form, really, a part of the national soul. But here's the cool part. It wasn't just football. The English left their mark in all these other subtle ways. They introduced the custom of afternoon tea, which Brazilians call chá. They even gave the language words you still hear every day, like pudim for pudding or sanduíche for sandwich. And they built these amazing, picture-perfect English-style villages. It's a fascinating, kind of hidden layer of the city's history. Okay, so we've looked at these individual threads, right? The Italian, the German, the English, the Portuguese. Now let's zoom out and look at the whole incredible tapestry. How does all this weave together to make the São Paulo we know today? This chart gives you a pretty good idea of that amazing blend. But, and this is so important to remember, what we've discussed is really just scratching the surface. There are these huge, vibrant communities from Japan, from Lebanon, from Spain, from all over Africa, from everywhere, really. Each one adds its own essential flavor to the mix. You know, this quote just hits the nail on the head. Walking through the streets of São Paulo really is like taking a walk through the entire world. The city's true identity isn't one single thing. It's this beautiful, complex mosaic built from millions of different stories. And the key thing to get is that this is not ancient history. This fusion, this blending of cultures is happening as we speak. São Paulo is a living, breathing entity. It's constantly changing, constantly evolving, as new people with new stories arrive every single day. And that really leads us to the big final question, doesn't it? São Paulo's story is nowhere near finished. It's still being written. So as new faces and new cultures keep pouring into this global metropolis, you have to wonder, what will São Paulo become next? What will the next chapter for the soul of this city even look like?